Doesn't seem to be the correct word.
Which hold to
Yeah.
give you, I'm Annie,
Okay.
to give you our thumb drive.
Okay,
So Jorge and I are both of ours on
okay,
there. Yeah.
all right. Please let me know what's, I think I'm gonna have a bunch of them from a
I'm
bunch of
going
people,
first.
so, okay.
And then you could just leave mine in there and I'll have him grab it later.
Okay,
I told you later.
okay. What is it? It should. It should, it should.
Hi.
Hello.
I
Are
got-
you? Oh,
Boys and girls.
okay.
Because I was gonna say, she rates in.
All right.
You got a ton of them, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So here's ours, I'll leave it, ours
Okay.
is blue,
Okay.
blue, boys, girls plus.
okay. And what is it? Is it a PowerPoint, a video? Okay.
It's almost like 5 slides,
Okay.
it's pretty short.
You have this thing, I don't, it's kind of itchy.
Yes.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't actually use it too.
I do.
Okay. I know last week it was kind of like, photo works.
So Jessica King is speaking for boys and girls. For boys and girls. So much about boys getting over being sick, so I'm like, Jessica, you're on it. So we got everybody. Okay, so.
Yes. So.
Yeah, I was hoping we could like see if this, it'd be nice to know if the video is gonna work, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you go to ask the Wi-Fi password is.
That was Annie handed you the first one. It looks like her stuff. It's purple, it's helpful, they're all different colors.
Yes.
She was with Pence Class. She's going first, yeah.
Okay. Yours is just a regular video.
Well, I have a PowerPoint and a video.
Okay.
The video is the thing I'm questioning if it's gonna. So. Video. If there's, see if it's gonna play or not. That's it. That's not the right video. Never mind. It's wrong video. Not even talking up on here. Okay, he has an internet.
Yes. So you don't have a phone drive or anything? I don't, I can email it, if you have an email on it, I can email it to you, so I can get it, because the problem with using yours is we're also zooming other people in. Okay. So if I unplug this one, then all the Zoom people think. So first thing I need is the Wi-Fi password, you have to have it?
I'll get that now.
Okay. Oh, you got it, I got it. Oh, good, okay, yeah, the computer just knows the Wi-Fi password, I did.
Don't sign out of email, right?
What's that?
Are you signing out of our
I
email?
won't.
Okay.
Is that okay if I open another one?
Of course.
Add another account.
Because I don't think we have the password to get back into our email. It's somewhere.
Probably with the Wi-Fi password and all over. Yeah.
There we go. We're going.
Yeah.
Welcome, I learned to give that baby a whack. So welcome to our Rotary meeting today. We've got a few little bugs that we're working out, but you know, that always is the case. So I'd like to invite Greg Malarza, and he'll be leading us in the orientation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
At number 5, will it be fun?
And that's kind of. All right, our inspiration Cindy. Let's see, Sarah here.
You know how, I do know, I don't know what the deal is.
Okay, today I was thinking a lot about unity, which we need to get back to, and this is something from Henry Ford. It's emphasized the philosophies on thinking, work ethic, collaboration, overcoming challenges. We all go through that. My favorite thing, coming together is the beginning, staying together is a process, and working together is a success. Okay. Anyways, I like us to come out, our Rotary theme for the year is Tonight for Good, so that's very, very important. Okay, so now we have John Schiavone, who's visiting. Rotary. Hey, John, oh, it was happy to see John. We also have another visiting Rotarian, who's one of our speakers, Jessica King, thank you. And then we have several other speakers who are here, Alice is here, Jessica, for the, this program. We also have Annie Fletcher, Carl Thomas, and Fort Hickory visiting today. So hello and welcome to you and enjoy. Have some, I don't know. Okay, so announcements, I am gonna send out a sign up sheet, but I have a official Saturday morning, September 13th, to get the ODOT stuff, to be able to do a cleanup on the park. So my goal is to start around 9, is to meet at the Fred Meyer parking lot, where they used to have the gas station, so pretty empty parking lot. And go from there and have a stand with the directions to clean up the park. That's kind of what we committed to. It always amazes me because I think that's where the jail people go, and so it's never as dirty as you think it might be. I can think of a few other streets that people really use it, but this is ODOT, so we're working with ODOT, so this is how it works. So I'd really like to have some people sign up to do that. Saturday from probably 9:30 to 11:30, and then afterwards we're gonna have a lunch next door. So that's kind of the plan. If you want to join us for lunch, you're welcome afterwards. So I'm gonna sign up, sign up sheet, I read one. You sign up for it, and I will also send out a email for people who aren't here. So,
Thank you.
here we go. My other announcement, of course, is always bringing in that food. I think we're picking Wednesday's groups, but shall we say, and we think that's a good thing because we don't really want to get these things. So that's coming up. We also know Art Long. The Rogue is here, and I know Judy had to sign up and it's still there. Sign up for the weekend, October 3rd and 5th, to help in the street, some street, things. And I think it's my announcement for the day, and I think.
Just to edit that a little bit, today's the last day to sign up to be a volunteer for Art Along the Road, and the sheet's back there. And I will send each one of you a little reminder that you signed up for 12 to noon at such and such place and time, so then you can get in trouble if you don't or no show. But I want you to know we have 17 people signed up, and last year they had 0 volunteers. And so this is just a great opportunity, it's really fun. The other thing I want to say is I'm going to be sergeant today, and the emphasis is on Labor Day jobs, best job you ever had, the worst job the job you wish you had. And so be thinking about that when we get up for sergeants. Back to you.
And I think, oh, Jody has something.
I do. The lift was going to do the work, wasn't able to arrive. So she sent it to me and asked me if I could pass it along. She says the Interact Club group is wanting to volunteer time Saturday, September 13th for the building beds with Sleep in Heavenly Peace at their hotel. They need an adult to be with them. The land or the teacher, either one can go. So she's putting out a request to see if anyone in the group would be there and wouldn't mind being the adult or if someone could do that. So, pardon me?
That leaves a lot of us out.
So anyway, if you do want to or have the ability to be the adult to watch over the Interact kids on Saturday, September 13th at the Bear Hotel. You can either let me know and I'll tell Lynn or get a hold of the Lynn directly. So that'd be fabulous. I just am reading what I got. I have no idea. And then, one little last thing, this, I didn't bring very many of them because I didn't have very many in my car. This is almost over, so if you haven't yet signed up for $100,000 drawing, it's gonna be taking place on September 8th. Do so, you scan the QR code or go to the website, enter, no obligation, you don't have to be a Banner Bank client. But I would sure love for the $100,000 to be given here in Grants Pass, so make sure you get that done as well. Thank you. Yeah.
I'd love $100,000 to go to Dawn Welch. Just a really quick reminder or announcement for those of you that have read The Anxious Generation about Gen Z and what smartphones have created in the way of depression and anxiety for many of them. We're gonna be meeting at Pat Bass at 5 p.m. on September the 16th. Join us if you can. Great. Okay, I'm gonna keep this short. You can see my elementary school parts up here, and I'll keep them here for a few more meetings. And the whole idea is for you at some point in time to look where you have signed up to be on a committee. If there's still want to work on that committee, leave your name there. If you feel like, oh man, too many committees, I'm overcommitted, then cross your name off. And then I've got lots of sticky notes up here for people who aren't on those and would like to be on, or we'd like you to be on there to see what would you like to help us with committee wise. So I will be chasing people down at a later date. If I don't see you anywhere on there, just because I think this is, it takes a lot of us to work. So anyway, so look at it. Unfortunately, I wish I had it, I could stick it on the windows back there, but it's hard to do that. So after the meeting, you get a chance, or next time I'll try to get up earlier. So I'm just gonna keep you there so that you know whether you're signed up, whether you're not, whether that's okay, whether that's not, so we can move forward with our committees, going forward. And without further ado, because I said I was gonna start this at 12:10 today, and it's 12:10, so good job. So we are going to honor the recipients of our Porchfest grants. Each one of them received $5,200. We are very proud of the group of what they do in our community, and we are honored to have them come and just give a little blurb about what they are doing for the youth, because that's the whole purpose of this grant and our Porchfest is what can we do for the youth in our community. So I'm actually gonna, first of all, because I know Annie's gonna run on, is she's another important meeting. So she's gonna go first, but I'm gonna ask all the recipients to just come up for a picture in the beginning, so that we have a picture of all of the recipients here, put on our Facebook pages, splatter your beautiful faces all over the community. So if you could all come up, I got Annie Blanchard here to represent Grants Pass School District 7 Early Education Project. Jennifer Clark is here from Crossing Bridges Therapeutic Writing Center. Jorge Padilla is here to tell us about the Redwood Elementary Playground for All. Carl Thomas is here to tell us about Project Youth Plus. And then our own Allison came with Jessica King, CEO, to represent the Boys and Girls Club of Grants Pass. So if you just come up for a picture, and then the rest of you can sit down, and I'll go in that order. I'll start with Annie, then Jennifer, Jorge, Carl, and then Jessica. I'll say thank you. Annie, you can just stay on up and do the presentations. Yeah, so.
Were you able to pull up the? Okay,
So there are two folders in here.
Annie, is that,
Next.
yep. Oh, sorry, go. Rotary,
Okay.
Rotary, yeah. And then Annie. Okay. Okay, this is official. So I'm Annie Blanchard and I'm the early childhood coordinator for Grants Pass School District 7. I'm gonna try to talk slow, but I am gonna time myself so I can be efficient. I have the amazing job of being the coordinator for our early learning programs in our district. And a couple years ago, those didn't exist. So it feels really great to be going into year 3, and it couldn't have been possible without community support. Our early learning programs and grants pass are, if you look at the most recent 2024 US Census data, there's really only 5.6% of our children in a preschool program in grants pass. So that's 95% of our children who are going to be in our kindergarten classrooms the following year that do not have any access to early learning. So we have our Head Start program that has 200 plus on our wait list. They can't serve all of these families. We have families that don't qualify for Head Start but can't afford private preschool. So that is our why. That's why we're doing this work, because there is a huge need for early learning in our community, and we need to kind of step up and support these families. So if you could click to the next slide, I'm just gonna hold this. I gotta do something. So our vision for our early learning program isn't just to provide education for our children. It's to support our families, connect our families to community resources. There's so much out there that parents don't know about. And so I get to be kind of that liaison between our early learning community and our school system, which is such a great job, and to provide early learning opportunities for our children. So we first started off with our play groups, and funding really helps support get those off the ground. This is how we get our families in the door, we connect, we build community. So you can see we're at someone's homestead over here. We did little field trips, and we go on scavenger hunts. Families are connecting and playing games. So all those skills that you read about that are really important skills in the workforce and in education, they start at this age, and we learn how to advocate for ourselves, and we learn how to turn take and share through play and connecting. And all the while we have dads singing in our groups, and we have, grandmas and grandpas that come because we have working parents that can't join in. So it's really building this incredible community of support. We have our Food Hero program that comes and presents. We've noticed many children have food aversions. They only want to eat goldfish and chicken nuggets and Happy Meals, but I had kids eating spinach leaves. And we started by licking it, and then we started smelling it, and then they're eating it. And it's just exposure to different things that is incredible in these groups. Next slide. The incredible work that we're doing, we know that there is that impact because we feel it when we're in the classroom. We feel that connection. But I love seeing the long-term impact and data actually tied to it that we can quantify. So our first year of playgroup kiddos that are actually in first grade now, last year when they were in kindergarten, they performed on the mid-year reading assessment, they performed they had a 20% increase over their peers in reading, and there was a 3% increase in math on middle of the year reading scores. That's just from once a week playgroups with families in class with them. So I can't wait to see our first grade data for those kiddos. Next slide. We have last year was our first year of launching preschool. So all of the funding and support that we received from organizations and Rotary helped to fund the resources and the staffing and the materials that it takes to open a free preschool. We partner with Gilbert Creek Early Childhood Services, and we have a partnership where we put 2/3 of the kids in the class are children with typically developing needs, and then 1/3 of them are children who have developmental delays or speech delays or other concerns, and putting them in a classroom with their typically developing peers has been an absolute game changer. And what we found in the 24 students there, we had 16 and 8 to make up our district 7 typically developing kids when we first started. 8 of those 24 students actually had delays and disabilities that went unnoticed. So those kids would have not been identified until a year later in kindergarten. So these kids are starting kindergarten right now, already on a plan and already with support. Our parent end of year survey, we always get feedback from our families because we want to know what's working, how can we support you better. 62% of the parents said from being in preschool and playgroups that their at-home reading habits increased. There was an increase in fine motor skills by 91%. I don't think parents understand how important these little pincher grasp fingers are. So buying resources from the funding that we get from the Rotary and other organizations, we get to show parents that no, this is a really important developmental skill, and they're seeing that. Then your kid gets into school and we ask them to hold a pencil and write their name and do tests and be creative with it, and they know how to do that. 100% of our families said that their child had the ability to adjust to new and different environments. That is huge. Increasing your child's ability to make friends, 92%. Increasing your child's ability to regulate their emotions, 83%. And percent of parents that feel their child is ready for kindergarten, 88%. So this was incredible feedback. We do parent workshops. We do parenting workshops where we wrap around our families. We connect them with community resources, and we offer kindergarten readiness classes. So much of the funding that we get goes to, gas cards, incentives for families to come, games, books, just being able to support our families and what their needs are. Next slide. Okay, our ultimate goal is kindergarten readiness. We want these kids to be ready. We want the families, we saw 88% of the families felt ready. We want the kids to be ready. So we take them to their elementary school classroom. They get their shirt, they get to feel a part of the community. And this little girl has a special spot in my heart because she's Hispanic. Her mom was really uncomfortable in our playgroups for a long time. I could see that apprehension. And I got to kind of steward them along and kind of be that safe place for them. And her friendships grew. We went to Redwood, where she was going to be going to kindergarten, and she instantly clammed up and went back to that eerie place of, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this. But I walked her into her brother's classroom in 2nd grade at Redwood. I walked her next door to the other kindergarten classroom where her neighbor was. And she thought, oh my gosh, there's a community here as well. So we're taking that playgroup community and the support that you guys are providing us, and it's transferring over into the classroom, which is our ultimate goal. We want these kids to walk through those doors and see their future. And many parents see their past, and many families didn't have a great experience in school. So we've been really kind of retraining all of our mindsets about where early learning is going. Next slide. And I feel so passionate about the work we're doing. I think earlier someone said, what's the greatest job you've ever had? This right here. I just sent our 2nd child off to college, which is physical pain, heartbreaking. But I got to come back here and have this incredible work. We get to deal with a wonderful district that supports early learning and supports families. And I want to thank all of you for supporting the work we're doing, because this wouldn't happen from just us alone. We need support from our community. And my timer just went off. Yay!
Because I have to be.
I do. I'm very efficient. Yeah.
And I also forgot to honor, is Tim still here? Yes, Tim, and Jennifer was here too. Yes, and I don't know, I was hanging on to you, but it's so nice. And I can't thank you more, Tim, for supporting this, because as a 6th grade teacher, instead of 6th, I went to 5th, I went to 3rd. And when I got out of teaching, I went to help a friend with a preschool, because we realized how much is learned before they even get there. It used to be, I used to have a poster that said, all I really need to know I learned in kindergarten. Well, guess what? It wasn't even kindergarten, it's down lower, because it's just the way of the world. So thank you for that. All right, next I have Jennifer Clark, who's going to tell us about Crossing Bridges Therapeutic Writing Center.
It might take a minute. So
Okay, no problem, yes. So did anybody have any questions before Abby runs out the door before she takes off? I was just gonna say, she can take a minute to set up. So I was just gonna see. Or do you want, Jorge has the same, right? Okay, great. So anybody else have anything that look, yes. But we have some of these technically, so I thought if anybody had any questions while we're here.
Okay, so the PowerPoint is not a question, but my son
Calvin, young Calvin. He participated in the camp before, he had the kinder camp, and he had participated as athletes, but weren't super active. But even that program was amazing. You got to go for a full week at his school and be around some of the staff before kindergarten even started. And so when he got there the first day, he was like, I know where I'm going, I know where,
The video on it.
I know where the playground is, he knew all of those things, and so that was so helpful.
Okay. Oh. It was even, we did more camp, so, yeah. It was.
And that is wonderful. Here you go. I'll give you my hand.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, can you guys see me? Okay. No. Okay, no, yeah, okay, my name is Jennifer Clark. Hi. I saw you last night. I'm here to talk about crossing bridges. I am starting to lose my voice, so bear with me. We are serving, at Crossing Bridges, we serve students with a variety of disabilities, including physical, cognitive, and emotional. Our organization, we were founded in 2013. We've grown to serve 100 students a week. And we currently have 7 staff, 11 horses, and approximately 20 volunteers serving our students each week. I'm gonna use some of our students and their success stories. So you'll see them up on the screen here. So go to the next one. So up first, we have Adrian. He started at Crossing Bridges in 2016, and to this day, his lessons are still the highlight of his week. He graduated high school this past year, and he recently started volunteering when we have breaks from lessons. He loves to help out, and he has the biggest smile when he gets to ride and work with the horses. Adrian was born with autism, and he is nonverbal. During his lessons, he is learning communication skills through sign language with his instructor and volunteer. While horses have brought so much joy to his life, they've also presented a lot of opportunities for him to gain cognitive skills that are helping him in other areas of his life as well. Next up is Hayden. Hayden started with us in 2019 when he was just 4 years old. Since that time, the growth we have seen in his life is remarkable. He has a variety of diagnoses, which include apraxia of speech, global apraxia, ADHD, anxiety, and 2 autoimmune diseases. The combination of all these struggles definitely caused a lot of frustration for him in his communication, which oftentimes leads to behaviors and anger. Being with the horses brings out the best in him even on his worst days. They help him learn to cope with his emotions and behaviors. The horses bring a calmness to him and so much joy into his life. His mom shared that being with the horses and staff at Crossing Bridges has changed Kate's life in a very positive way. Next is Zeke. Zeke has been riding twice a week for the past about 3.5 years now. During that time, his stamina has improved a lot from having to use his core strength and his muscles to stay balanced on the horse. Zeke has multiple diagnoses, including mitochondrial disease, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and restrictive lung disease. Physically, the horses have helped him in so many ways. Riding gets him out of his wheelchair, and the horses help him move and stretch his body. He does a lot of reaching up for objects and stretching his arms up high while playing the dice, rings, ball, and beanbag games. Zeke has also developed a true bond with many of our horses. He will sit and pet them and hang out with them whenever he comes for his lessons. He's almost always in good spirits when he gets to spend time with the horses, even on the hardest days. Last student I'm going to feature is Kendra. Kendra has been riding for over 4 years. When she started with us, her grandma shared that she lacked confidence and she struggled with communication and daily living skills. Kendra has Fanconi anemia, which mainly affects her bone marrow, but she also has skeletal anomalies, skin pigmentation, and intellectual disabilities. Since starting her therapy lessons, her confidence and her independence have grown immensely, and her personality and vocabulary have blossomed. We are working with her on math skills through our dice game,
and working on making complete sentences with our letter being back game. Her grandma shared that this has helped her a lot at school as well in her learning. Being with the horses is something that Kendra looks forward to all week long. So next thing I'm gonna do is talk to you guys a little bit about our horse sponsorship program. We have two programs that we've mainly used funding for. The horse sponsorship program we began in 2016. To help us, we were struggling financially then, and it really helped us find ways to help our nonprofit run more efficiently. We've had multiple individuals and businesses step up to sponsor some of our horses, and it's helped us out so much financially. Giving our therapy horses the care they need to stay comfortable and do their jobs well is very expensive. These sponsorships cover their hay, grain, shoeing, supplements, vet, and body work. We're very grateful to these individuals for seeing what an important role our horses play in these kids' lives. We are always looking to add new sponsors to continue giving our horses the care that they need. The other program that we have is called our student scholarship program, and that's where the Porchfest funding went to, was to help with this program specifically. This program provides financial assistance to low-income families in our program. Many of our students would not be able to participate in equine therapy without some form of assistance, and our goal is that no child ever be turned away based on lack of ability to pay for their lessons. We currently have 45 of our students on a full, 3/4, or half scholarship through Crossing Bridges. And our scholarship program is funded through grants and private donors. And this year specifically, grant funding was very, very difficult to find. Many of our grants that we typically would get, we did not get. So this Porchfest funding helped us so much with this program specifically. Before I take any questions, I was going to show you guys a quick video of Crossing Bridges, hoping it will help.
Very odd. Just thinking, yes.
No, this video is, I had to download something on my computer for it show, but if it's just taking it directly from the computer
Yeah,
to the.
It should mirror everything on the screen here.
Okay, maybe no video. Bummer. That's what I was thinking. If I email it to you, you could send it out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a short, like, 1.5 minute video. Just shows our facility and some of the things that we do. We are in technically Maryland area, but it's a Grants Pass address. We're right by North Valley High School.
I know that at one point in time you were working on developing an outside trail.
Yes.
Has that happened?
Yes, has. I was meant to talk about that, but I outlaw for it.
Outdoor
Trail course.
The question. Outdoor trail course,
Yeah,
okay.
outdoor riding areas. We started, when we moved to the property in 2010, we just had outdoor arena and exciting, but you have to work around the weather so much. So then we got our indoor arena, opened up so many doors for everyone. And then we realized like the horses and the kids would love to also be outside. So we, took about 2.5, 3 years to raise all the money and get it done, but we now have an outdoor trail course is what we call it. So it's almost 2 acres of trails and fun things for the kids to explore outside, and horses have very, very much benefit from it too, for their own mental health. Do you have a question?
Yes. Questions, okay, great, thank you. Okay, thank you, Jennifer, the wonderful. Next up is Jorge. Very much. You're gonna tell us about the Redwood Elementary State Fair all. And I know he's tied in on Annie's. So he'll be on Annie's.
Okay.
Don't drive the.
It worked once.
Yeah.
Twice,
Yeah.
right?
Steve hopes.
Back up now. Well, sharing the screen.
Thank you for coming. For those while we're waiting, Rotary has a special place in my heart because my two boys, Marco and Mateo Padilla, were able to go on international exchange a few years back. And they got stuck there for a little while. There was this thing called COVID going on at the time. We felt it was better for them to stay where they were at and stuff. And they enjoyed the experience so much thanks to the generosity of these clubs here in Grants that actually one of my sons is studying in London now, and the other one is in Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal. So you guys inspired the dream. And then there's another student, GP student, Joey Torres, who's in Belgium right now. So thank you guys for everything you do. And thank you for the generous donation to our Redwood Broad Playground. Go ahead. So, again, my name is Jorge Villa. I work with the students learning English as a second language at Redwood Elementary School and Lincoln Elementary School. And we also have at Redwood an incredible program called Explorations. And we serve students that have mobility issues, sensory issues, vision issues. And this project came about because many of those students were not able to access the playground like their all ability peers. And so several kids had started from kindergarten and done 5-6 years and had never gotten an opportunity to really enjoy the playground. And so that's when they first started this about 2 years ago, talking about it. I was like, okay, it's really good. We started doing some fundraising. There was a coin drive that we did. And the spinning class got to go to the exploration class to Tom Pierce Park. Tom Pierce Park is one of the few playgrounds that's inclusive as well. And the teachers said, this is her quote, the kids' feet never touch the ground. They spent the whole time just playing. It was hard to get them off, getting back to school. So that really motivated me, kept the team going. So we, with Christine Mooney, our principal, and Eldon Patillo, Chris Sandoval, Chris Powers, Ashley Wilson, Lisa Fogelquist, and also PJ Phillips, and Monica Rossop. We got together as a committee and we started looking for people that were like-minded, that wanted the same thing for the kids, to create an inclusive playground. And so what is an inclusive playground? It's not that all the drinks and food is free, that's all of this. This is a playground where if you have mobility issues, you can get up because there's ramps. Also, instead of having a wheelchair, you can't get across. They have pads or a solid surface for wheelchairs to roll. If they have sensory issues, there's wind chimes, there's for vision impaired students as well. It just gives everybody an opportunity to play. Like every child should be allowed to do. That's what the best part of our lives back then. Yeah. So next one. And so we have presented to a lot of different people. We present to the city about how having a playground like this will positively impact our cities. People will come to Grants Pass and enjoy Grants Pass more if they know that their children have a safe and enjoyable place to play. Go to the next slide. We're actually there's a building. They're building some houses across the way from our school. We're already packed, so I felt like putting up a sign that says retirement community 55 and older only. But they said no, I couldn't do that. But what happens is it also having an inclusive playground also raises property values, which increases taxes for the city for the programs. Next slide. And what's so great about Redwood is we have the campus and it's a community campus. We have a walking track, people bring their dogs, go walking. We used to have balloon liftoffs there, launches, people with model planes would launch from there. We have a covered gazebo so that where people would have parties. So it's really family oriented, family friendly. And because it's on school property, we don't have the worry of homeless encampments that some of the other parks do. So there's just so many people coming. And so our goal was for 261, originally it was just shooting for the big one, the 450,000. I didn't realize playgrounds were so expensive. They're up there. At the same time, they do have a lifetime of about 20 years. So I understand much longer than phones. And so anyway, we pared it down as we were reaching out to next one, to different community members. We had different tiers of members, donors. We accepted anything, like I said, from coin drives. The city and the city commissioners, they did about 20% of our overall funding, so like about 55,000 was donated from the city itself. The donation from 5,200 was definitely helpful because it helped us get not only to where our goal was, but it surpassed it for other things. Go to the next one. And again, so this is Lyric, he's one of our, vision impaired students, and he actually is in 6th grade this year. So he's gonna come back for our groundbreaking and our ribbon cutting ceremony, so he can get to play on the playground with the sponsor. Our office manager, Lisa Fogelfest, her grandson's coming, next year. We have, purchased the playground. And what's so great is that because we ordered it in just in time, we were able to get additional things built. We have a little bit of surplus money that is gonna go towards maintenance and buying other things like more covered areas and things for the playground and stuff. So, yeah, we did it. We hit the goal thanks to you, so we're very grateful. I'll go on, we're hoping for it next time. So, I might come back again as I work, like I said, at Lincoln Elementary School. You might ask for one over there. But like I said, I'm just so thankful for the generosity of Rotary for everything that you guys do. Not just the donation, but just everything you do in the community. So, thank you.
You're welcome to join us. Okay, I know it's not hard to just do 12 o'clock meetings, but really accepting.
If he says-
So, any questions? The crowd? Thank you very much, Jorge.
Thank you.
It is working with Jorge, as you know, and his school as Kelly's been did as well. So Jorge is a great part of the community. Okay, so Carl Thomas, is that for 5 plus?
I promise I was not dancing back there. I had knee surgery in July, and I realized if I stop moving, when I move again, my knee doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Not at all. And it's good to see you. Jason already know. I'm doing this name association thing. My mission is to remember everybody's name. Like Jennifer, when I met you, I was like, Jennifer Gardner. That's one of my favorite actresses. Because she plays Electra, that's how I remember your name. Tell me you were easy. There's this cartoon, when they address this character, they go, hey! So I was like, okay, so it's Tim. So if I walk up to you and your name is Paisley, and I go, Paisley Park. I'm thinking about Paisley Park in Prince, if you're a Prince fan. I'm glad that you invited us here again. Very excited about the team. A lot of our students that we're working with right now. We have a lot of success. Just like the work we do with Porchfest, we partner with Porchfest, Art Along the Road, Boatneck, the Table Rock Foundation. Brenda's here. I'm gonna give you a shout out because she's on our board. But we work with the Table Rock Foundation for a camp. And a lot of our kids go there. And this year they were just bouncing off the walls. I got to drive them back on the day that it ended. And I sat with Lily, sweet little Lily. And she's in the front seat with me because she won rock, paper, scissors for shotgun. So she got the right shotgun, she got to control the radio, and we're along, and she's singing, but she's not singing very loud. Oh, Lily, you have a beautiful voice. Shotgun. No. But you do. And so she's talking to me about things. She's trying to share with a friend and talk with her parents and how much she wants to be in high school. She's starting 8th grade. She's ready to be in high school. So I'm just listening to her talk about her stuff. And she starts singing a little bit. And then she'll stop and I look at her. So I don't sing. So I start rapping a little bit. And she looks so right there. I see look on her face. She's like, what is he doing? But she starts singing. And next thing you know, we got karaoke going. And everybody and the band, the kids in the back were really a little bit less shy than Lily is. And we're all going, having fun, get back to our offices on 7th Street. Her guardian, I think it's her mom, is there. And she has a big smile on her face. She said, how'd it go? And I said, I think it went great. I wasn't part of implementing the camp, or being there, running it. And Lily said it was great. Really expressed that she had a great time. So you and Dean did a fantastic job, and everyone else, Brenda. And as they're leaving the parking lot, the reason I'm sharing this with you, she's in the car with her mom. She's driving out. I'm cleaning the van up because we want to make sure the van's ready. And she just sticks her half window. She goes, "See you later, bestie." And I have the biggest smile on my face. I am grinning from ear to ear. And I'm going to step on the limb here and think that everybody here will understand this. There's no better feeling than that. We support them, we provide services, but our advisors mostly they keep these kids safe and we provide a safe place and they know they're protected with us. And for her, I've known her for a few years. We went on some other trips together to the Reading water slide, so we've known each other for a while. But there's nothing better than seeing a kid fly and hear about their aspirations. Right now, her aspirations, she wants to be in high school. She wants to skip this year, go to high school. Hear about their struggles and having no problem with this friend. And I get a little glimpse, I don't get to work with kids, directly with our kids, but I get a little glimpse of what our staff do every day. We started, next slide, we started as college dreams, or actually, Judy and Tom Drummond, most people know Tom and Judy. They had a small grant and they really worked with, they were working with 33 middle school students. That grew into college dreams, if you remember college dreams. I think they started to develop these ideas and put it in place, individualized long-term mentorship, career exploration coaching, financial assistance. I mean, it's really focused on the college path then, but invariably, after a while, they started to realize that it's one thing to help a young person get prepped for college. When they get to that point, start helping them choose colleges. The admissions process, application, financial aid, scholarships, but invariably for the kids we serve, because a lot of them are low income, at risk, food insecurities, housing insecurities. I think I'm preaching required here. Our kids have all these struggles: opioids, math, criminality, I mean, there's these things that we are trying to steer them away from. And being involved in their lives and providing that safe place, it started with Tom and Judy. And I think our staff really picked up on that spirit. And that's why I fell in love with College Dreams when I joined the board in 2018. I saw what we were doing in real time. There were no smoke and mirrors. All these things that, I'm not going to read slides, but all things you see on the slide here, Project U Plus does this. When we say we're providing internships, we're helping them get through high school. I'll talk about our programs in a moment. That's what this organization is doing. All the way to the point where we have the buyers, what was that, 2020? We really had students displaced from Phoenix Talent. We were giving our families gift cards, in some cases cash. We figured out how to account for that, so everything was above board. But we thought, what do they need now? What is the barrier? What's tripping them up right now? Whether they're trying to find an internship, whether they're trying to get to high school, or they're pursuing college, what do they need at the moment? College Dreams stepped up and did that. And we've been doing that in South Douglas County. We contract with Glendale School District, but we are in Josephine County, Jackson County, Grass Pass School District. We're at Three Rivers School District. We're at Reach, in Jackson County. We're at Roe River, all the way to Ashland, Eagle Point, Phoenix. We're at Crater High School. Again, we were gone for a little bit, and they wanted us to come back and do our Whatever It Takes program. So we're reaching over 1,800 kids and growing. We're reaching out diverse kids. And again, no matter which program you're in, most of our kids are low income and they have those barriers that might prevent them from getting to college, getting an internship, getting training. And the secret sauce, as I've already started to brag, is about our advisors. When I first started, when they were telling me about the summer program, I said, why are we doing the summer program? 3 of them, by the way. We want to keep our eyes on our kids. We want to be involved. We want to know what they're doing. Carl, if we weren't providing these activities, not just trips to the colleges, we do that, and not just the camps, but the game nights we have in our building. We weren't providing those services. A lot of these kids be sitting at home doing nothing, or maybe they might gravitate towards something that isn't healthy for them, or worse. These are, I won't go through, I don't want to take up too much time, but next slide, we'll go to the next slide so I keep moving here. These are our 4 programs. So before I get step down, I want to make sure you understand that we still have College Plus. We started at College Dreams, we became Project U Plus, but I think our signature program, our marquee program still is College Plus. and we help our kids, pursue college. Help their high achieving kids, they just have other barriers that might trip them up. Last year, we had 7 of our kids, there were 4 scholarship recipients. The year before, 6. I'm gonna remember those numbers, but not that Project U Plus is the only aspect that helps them get there. Tim, your staff is doing great. And we're partnering with the school districts. But I think we add, an element of before school, after school, maybe the weekend of pursuing these kids. I had one advisor say she took 2 hours on a weekend tracking one of her students there. We know our partners aren't gonna have a wherewithal to do that, but our staff have passion and we have a wherewithal to do that. Our career build program, and let's go to the next slide, I'll walk through all of them. So our College Plus program, so I got ahead of myself. You see the success that we're having with our average graduation rate, post-secondary enrollment, it's working. And I'm gonna repeat this every time. It is the staff that they're the ones making this work. We have proven a scientific approach to how we're gonna support kids, but it takes the students, it takes the staff. Next slide. And now whatever it takes program, these kids, we're helping them get through high school, credit retrieval, summer school, a lot of home visits. So we make sure these kids don't fall off the radar. And our school partners that we're working with, they have them on a spreadsheet, they may be in the red zone, say, hey, these are the kids that can use that, whatever, that, Project U Plus, whatever it takes advice. And next one. And then I was getting into our career build program, we offer trainings, we offer internships, we partner with businesses. So our students will go work at the business, but they're our employee, we pay them, we assume the liability, the business gets an intern to do the work. And then last slide is our Plus Accounts program. They're individual development accounts. I love this program. For every dollar the student puts into their account, the program puts in $5. We're part of the Oregon IE initiative, so we get funding from the state. Those dollars, we work with the students, give them financial literacy, make sure that they really understand what they have at their fingertips here, then we can go on. And then lastly, I want to make sure that you understand that we're in the schools, but we're also in the community with the career build program, but also our research specialists. We have a food pantry every Thursday, and we have families come in and they line up, and we work with the Josephine County Food Bank. We get food from them. We get a lot of Spanish-speaking families that come because our resource specialist, Lily Vargas, gets the cuisine that they're interested in. But we're in the community doing that also, tackling food insecurities. And then lastly, and I'll make this my last slide here. Partner, Porchfest, 4-way, we're getting ready for the 4-way event, that's November 6th, perhaps some students volunteer again. Art Along the Road, Volknick, I got covered in, we were on trash meeting, I got covered in. But we still had fun. And we're just trying to keep these kids involved and focused. 90% of our kids are successful, 90+% of our kids are successful. Yes, we have some heartbreaks and some kids that don't make it, but by and large, 90% of our students are doing great. And it's nice to see them come back. He even works with the Table Rock Foundation, she's running, right? Okay, because Brenda's like, okay, I'm getting a little pooped out here, then you take off forward, and he's running around. But our kids, they have PhDs, they work for Project U Plus, they're up in Portland and other states. And it's really impressive to see what they do after our advisors, last one for our advisors, after our advisors spend all that time with them to make sure that they have a reliable adult that's present, consistently present. And that's how Project U Plus really gets our youth onto careers, college, or whatever they're gonna pursue after they finish high school.
Normally event this last May, this year conference, there were some Project U Plus students there helping out, and they were just awesome. They were just line dancing at the end, having time of their life, so it was great.
I'm gonna get there soon.
Yeah, good question, I'm gonna have one more.
But they also help at Girls Rock at the high school.
Say yes, so yeah, so they're gonna be our long road, so what you're doing is absolutely awesome, and we see the results of that. We have one more group come up, so that's why I'm gonna run up here. We have Jesse King's gonna come up from the Boys and Girls Club. Sent to us our Carrie Owen and Alice Ham and Mother Griffith.
On the line.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you. Hello, fellow Rotarians. I'm also in the Rotary. I'm also in Rotary and the Medford Road Rotary. I actually live in Medford, but come into Grants Pass. But that's because our Boys and Girls Clubs are in K Junction, Grants Pass, Phoenix, Pallet, and Ashland. So we kind of cover the Road Valley in that way. And what I love the best, I love the programs, I love learning so much about all of the amazing things in our community. And then today, hearing from Carl and from Anne and from everybody who, like, we all work together to make sure that our youth have the best chance for positive outcomes. And that's not anything any one of our organizations could do alone. So I'll just get started here and Allison chime in. There we go. So, our mission is to provide year-round positive, fun, and safe spaces for all youth. Helping them to build self-esteem, develop the skills necessary to make right choices, becoming responsible and productive citizens. I think that's why we're all in this room, right? Why we all do the work for the youth, is to help them become responsible, productive citizens. So, on your tables, you have our 2024 Community Impact Report. I want to add that Calvin's on the front. For those of you who don't know Calvin, that's him. That's what happens when your mom's the marketing director. You're on the cover of everything. It's the biggest cover we've ever had. Fine. Party. Exactly, yeah. Sign all of them, yeah. He's so photogenic, and anyway, we have a lot of photos. But in 2024, you can see we served between all of our locations through community outreach, team sports, summer programs, and after-school programs. We reached more than 3,400 youth. 2,100 of those were actual registered club members. The others were through outreach. We served between all of our sites over 102,000 meals after school. Every kid gets a full meal, and in the summer they get a full breakfast, a full lunch, and then a snack. Kids also get a snack in addition to their meal after school too. So 102,000 meals. Can I add to that one? So it was really amazing is that our USDA meal program is the largest non-school USDA meal program in the state of Oregon. So we provide more meals than any other after-school, summer, whatever program, it's not school-based, so it's huge. It's huge. And if you've been to Taste of the Road, or been to our, some of our other events, our chefs are amazing. And they cook from scratch for these kids, after school. It's so good. And they try and do, I think Anne was talking about having them lick the spinach and try, it's just exposure to different meals. And that's what our chefs do. They change up the meals throughout the month so that kids have opportunity to experience different flavors and different cuisines. 825 of our club members participated in youth sports. We are in Josephine County, the basketball league for kinder through 9th grade, flag football, and volleyball. So 825 in youth sports. 74%, similar to Carl's data here, 74% come from economically disadvantaged homes. That does include our sports program. So I think, no, that was for dramatic effect. So the sports numbers kind of skews. So we're going to try and run some data a little bit differently to see our after school and summer data versus those in our sports program. But 74% from economically disadvantaged homes, and across all of our sites, 21% minority race or ethnicity, and that varies depending on the community that we're in. So in K Junction, that demographic was different than our Phoenix Talent community, but this is overall. In our programs, we are not a traditional childcare or daycare. I think that's a common misconception. We actually run programs that are based on positive outcomes. So they're focused on academic success, that's homework help, STEAM clubs, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. That's the most popular. We have health and wellness activities that focus on fitness, and cooking, nutrition, character and leadership. You can see here, this is a Rotary event, the district conference. Some of our teams were there serving. Our chefs cooked for that too, so.
Grace making an appearance in that photo too. I don't know if you guys can see him.
Oh, yeah.
You're in there.
Famous. And then our life and workforce readiness programs. Right here we have Hannah. She did a tour of NIC Industries in White City, and this was the first time ever that they took students and had them do a hands-on spraying class for their Cerakote. It was so wildly successful, and they loved it. So that was okay. Happened. So Porchfest, I think the next slide now is talking about our team program. So Porchfest 5200 is supporting our drum roll. Is supporting our teen programs. And this is where I love what Carl said about Project Youth Plus and us. We work hand in hand. We serve a lot of the same kiddos that they serve. Some of their interns actually come and work for us in the summer months to get still working either in our kitchen or working with the youth as educators. But our summer impacts, this summer alone, I'm gonna back up for just a quick second and talk about during the pandemic, we had to make a tough choice. The Boys and Girls Club stayed open during that time, but we had, with all of the restrictions, we had to choose who could we serve. Middle school and high schoolers were legally allowed to stay home alone. Kindergartners could not stay home alone. So we had to decide we only had so many room for kids. We had to decide what age brackets to serve. Our middle school and high schoolers took a huge hit during that time because we didn't have the space. So since 2020, we had a thriving teen program. After 2020, it's been a slow rebuild to get those teens back. Someone said about the anxious generation. Yes, that book is very real. We see those impacts of that at the club. And the pandemic kind of expedited some of that with getting more onto their phones, less socialization caused a lot of anxiety. So since then, we've been really strengthening our teen program. We have the secret sauce of the right staff and the right community partners to make that happen. So this summer, we had 90 middle schoolers registered, 69 high school students that came to the club, with an average daily attendance of about 40 kids, but all of those others kind of sprinkled in, they came throughout. And we did 30 field trips, the Reading Water Slides, the NIC Industries Tour, college visits, what are some of the other super fun ones? Adrian Pool a few times, always a hit. Yeah, just getting those different experiences. And then so far for this school year, we already have 114 middle schoolers signed up, 42 high schoolers with an average daily attendance of 60. I was just talking to our team coordinator, 74 teens were at our club yesterday, 74. That's a lot of kids coming after school. They choose to come and they're participating in a bunch of different activities. And I think this has been a recurring theme today, the safe, supportive spaces. We do an annual survey with our club members, and 99% of our club members reported that they feel emotionally safe while at the Boys and Girls Club, which just tells me that the staff is doing their job, recognizing each student that comes in, and they're setting high expectations to make sure that all of those who attend the club respect themselves, respect each other, and respect the club. Those are like the 3 rules that we have. And it's working if they're all feeling emotionally safe. Sorry, next slide. Yeah, go. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll speed through. So I mentioned some of these. We have cooking clubs, junior chef club programs. We have Youth of the Year. I'm sure Allison will send you an invite to that. That will be in February. That is the most spectacular night of anything that we do. Our high schoolers compete for the Youth of the Year title, and there's certain requirements that they must do in order to get to that point. Here in the bottom corner is Max. Max was our 2024 Youth of the Year. He will be competing again. He's a junior this year. They get scholarship for college or post-secondary youth, straight school, whatever they choose.
We have the positive mentors we talked about, just providing a bunch of different opportunities for our kids. We have our T3 program, training teens for tomorrow. We have a club podcast that's starting. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Getting kids to learn how to do podcasts, even more so than the technical aspects of it, is interview questions, talking to people, making eye contact. I'm so excited for that. So that's just a really another great opportunity. We look for different partnerships in the community to make sure that they have these experiences that they won't get elsewhere. Yeah, I ran through that pretty quick. So are there any questions? Thank you all so much though for supporting our team program. We really couldn't do it. It's free. All middle and high school students come for free. So thank you.
Thank you. I think all of this will be true. And this is a very special meeting, and as it did go over a little bit, lots to say at the time. But it's one of the meetings that we have to have, because it's truly what makes us proud to be Rotarians. And to know that what we do in the community matters, and all of these organizations have done amazing things, continue to do amazing things, and yeah, it's a great place to throw our support. So I am gonna say, Judy, did you want to, if anybody wants to stay, I think we just move forward. If you want to throw some happy bucks to the table, because you're happy, you're always welcome to do that. And I will also say that we will come back to the question about the job. My job would be my teaching job. So it fits right in with this. So without putting right, it's 1 o'clock, we have to move on. Considerers. I will say, we'll move on from this. We will double Sergeant at Arms soon. And the thought for the day is courage, kindness, friendship, care. These are the qualities that define us as human beings and propel us on occasion to greatness. And that's by the author of Wonder, R.J. Hashio. So thank you for being here. Thank you for presenting. And like I said, make me so proud to be your channel. Yeah, it's nice. Oh, card. It's sold out, right? Yeah, no, serious. I thought money, I was gonna, I'm gonna have, she's sitting right here, choose a card. This is a tradition we have. Choose a card, any card. I didn't buy it, so. And it is a 10 of spades. Who has a 10 of spades? Maybe 10 of spades, who's there, well, here, oh. Thank you, Lisa. So, how much did you buy? See, it's all to the odds. It's all to the odds. It's a mathematical equation. So thank you. Have a great day. I will see you next Thursday.
Yeah.